The Song at Dawn by Manoj. Seth Kamal Das was convalescing in the upper floor of a costly guest house built amidst a grove, overlooked by a hill. A cool spring was beside it, and around it were acres of green field. Proper diet and medicine had helped him to recover fast, but the greatest help in that direction had come from a source for which he was not required to spend any money. It was the song he heard at dawn, day after day. A cobbler who during the working hours stationed himself on a pavement in the bazaar, a mile away, took shelter in the corner of the sprawling veranda of the guest house at night. The watchman let him do so, for he knew the cobbler to be a very good man. At dawn, the Seth's sleep slowly terminated at the sound of the cobbler's song. He would sit up and listen to the song with concentration. Like a miraculous elixir, it worked even on his body, what to speak of its effect on his mind. He felt thankful to the singer. The Seth was still unable to walk, though at the time of listening to the song he had a feeling that he could even run if he so desired. One day he asked the watchman to send the cobbler to him. It was night then. After a day's work, the cobbler came to see him. "You charm me with your singing. It is so invigorating. I am immensely benefited by it. Here is a small reward for you," said the Seth, handing over a bag to the poor man. It contained 1,000 silver coins. The cobbler stood overwhelmed. With tears in his eyes, he said, "Sir, I could not have imagined that my singing would mean anything to anybody. When the dawn breaks out upon the hill, I feel inspired to sing one of the few devotional songs I had heard in my childhood from a neighbor in my distant village." He wiped his eyes and bowed to the Seth and went away. The next dawn brought to the Seth's ear the sweetest music he had ever heard while he was not fully awake. "The singer is in ecstasy today," he told himself, and as though under a spell got down and descended the stairs. He did not know when he had walked to the corner of the veranda on the ground floor where the cobbler sat. Meanwhile the singing had stopped. It was still dusky. The Seth was about to ask why he stopped singing when the cobbler stood up, bowed to him, and hastened to say, "Sir, please pardon me, but take your kind reward back." "Why?" asked the surprised Seth. "Sir, the only time this ignorant creature thought of God and sang in his praise was at dawn. That was the greatest joy for me. But as soon as I woke up today, I began to worry. Where to keep so much money, how best to use it, so on and so forth. I forgot to sing today. In fact, I grew conscious of my lapse only when I saw you approaching," said the cobbler. "Do you mean to say that you did not sing today?" "I did not sing today, and I wonder if I'll be able to sing tomorrow, unless you are merciful to me," said the cobbler, placing the money bag at the Seth's feet. He then almost ran away. Back in the room, the Seth could not check his tears. Whose singing did he hear while still half asleep? Whose voice did enable him to walk unconsciously after so many days? End of the story. Some insight. Grace can work through any agency. For the Seth, the cobbler was the channel. But the story also has other lessons to impart. For example, while the donation the Seth made out signified the expansion of his own heart, its rejection by the cobbler pointed at the truth that there are experiences and inspirations which cannot be defined or measured by grosser means.